Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another market analysis video for Feb 27, 2023. Let's get started. All right, let's get started. As usual, let's start with the global markets first. So in the last market analysis video, the US market was somewhere in this region. I had said that there could be a pullback to the upside where it tests this trend line, or it could break the 200 moving average and test this horizontal zone. So it did break the 200 moving average and test the horizontal zone. In fact, it went below the horizontal zone, and now it's in its now it's trying to test this trend line. So right now, there's two possibilities. Either this could just be a retest to the trend line, and then the market can again start becoming bullish, or this entire zone could just be a fake breakout, and it can dip in under the trend line and again start moving within this zone. So only time can tell what can happen, but these are the two possibilities. I'll be super bullish only when it breaks this level. Till then, it'll either be a retest or it'll be just moving around in this zone. And I'll be super bearish also if it breaks this trend line and it dips back into this zone. So that's the analysis for the US market. If you see all the other markets, the European markets, the Asian markets, everything has been bearish the couple of days back. So now let's move on to our market, Nifty. So Nifty has been really bearish for the last few days. It's just been giving continuous red candles, like you guys can see here. So now let's move to the higher time frame. Let's go to the 1 month time frame. So I had mentioned that I'll be bullish till this level is not broken in the market. But as you guys can see now, this level has been broken. There's still 2 days for this candle to close, but pretty much I think that this level has broken. Maybe there'll be like a sideways movement, but it should be below this level is what I feel. Because in 2 days, I don't think the market can go up back and close above this level. But if anything can happen in the market, so that's also a possibility. But for now, it has come below this level. So now we're in a bearish market. That's what we get from the higher time frame. Let's move to the 1 week time frame. So the same thing I had mentioned last week too. This was considered as a pullback, and then there was a retest, and now it broke this entire zone and it gave a closing too. So even in the 1 week time frame, Nifty looks bearish. And if we go to the 1 month time frame, sorry, 1 day time frame, and open one indicator, which is the 200 moving average, it's actually given a closing below the 200 moving average. So we had reached the 200 moving average a couple of weeks back, and then it gave a bullish run. So like I mentioned in every video, no market moves straight away down like this. So the market moves here, there's a pullback, again comes down, there's a pullback, again comes down. In an important zone, there's a pullback, and now it broke that zone. In the last market analysis video, I said that I wouldn't trust break at this zone for the first time, but now since there's a retest and again there's like a break down below the 200 moving average and there's a closing, I feel we're in a bearish market now. So I would just trade when there's double tops or when the market's higher and then giving me a fall. That's when I take up a trade. So that's for Nifty on the higher time frames. Now let's move on to the plan of action for next week. So these are the levels for Nifty. All right, so here's the thing, right? So overall, I'm bearish on the market. But if you guys see, there's been continuous red candles, right? And it in fact broke this region too without any pullback or anything. So I wouldn't trust this kind of movement. I would consider this as a good movement if there's like a pullback and then again a down move and again a pullback and again a down move. But here it's just continuous red candle. So I am expecting for next week at least a short bearish move towards the upside, at least trying to test the 200 moving average. But the market's been really bearish, so we don't know what's going to happen. So let's just plan based on that. So, all right. So there's two things. So we'll be taking a trade not in the first half of the market tomorrow. We'll be taking a trade at the second half of the market to see the initial price action. So if the initial price action happens in some way, like if it's moving in this zone and then it comes back here, I would try to short the market here because the overall trend is bearish, right? But if it's still moving in this zone and then it comes down, I'll be going long in the market if it gives me a green candle. And I'll obviously short also if it gives me a red candle. So that's my first thing. So if the market opens here and it goes somewhere here, uh, I'd I'd wait for a trade to short somewhere here. But if the market stays over here in this region, comes down and gives me a green candle, I'll look for a long entry here. The next possibility is if it breaks this level. If it breaks this level, there'll be again a continuous momentum towards the downside. I'll be looking for a pullback in this level. So imagine it breaks this level. I'll be looking for a pullback in the same level, and then I'll be taking a short trade. So there's totally three possibilities. If the market opens here, I'll be looking for a short trade. That's number one. If the market opens here, gives me a dip and then starts going up, I'll be looking for a bullish trade. And if it breaks this level, gives me a retest and gives me a red candle, I'll be taking up the trade. So these are the three possibilities. So usually I'll take up a side whether I'm bearish or bullish, but now since I'm not taking up a side, that's why I'm waiting for the initial price action, and then I'll take up a side. All right, so that's for Nifty. So I marked up a lot of levels now because we don't know whether we're bullish or bearish yet. So you guys can copy the levels. Also, I'll mention these levels in the description. You guys can check out the levels there too. All right, so these are the levels for Nifty. Moving on, let's move on to Banknifty. Again, let's start with a higher time frame analysis. So the same thing for Banknifty, right? Banknifty still didn't close below this level, but Banknifty and Nifty move pretty similar. So if Nifty closed and is in a bearish trend, Banknifty will obviously follow Nifty. So it will move to the bearish side. So it doesn't matter if it didn't give me a closing yet, but if we are still in a bearish zone. So that's what we get from the higher time frame. Let's go to the 1 week time frame. So this was considered as there was an important level break. Just a second. Yeah, there was an important level break. There was a retest and again a red candle. So this gives a bearish move, right? So if a market's moving like this and if it breaks this important level, there's a retest and a red candle. This is a sign that the market's going to go even more down, right? So that's what we get from the weekly time frame. On the daily time frame, again, it broke its 200 moving average and it's sitting below its 200 moving average right now. And that shows the sign of a bearish trend. But since there are continuous red candles, I will be looking for a short-term bullish trend towards the upside. Short-term meaning like a week, where I'm looking for like maybe like some kind of a pullback and then it starts going down again. So let's move on to the levels now for Bank Nifty. So these are the levels. Also, what's the plan of action for Bank Nifty? So if you guys can see here, there's been a bearish move, there's a pullback, again a bearish move, pullback, bearish move, pullback. Now it's in its important zone. Again, I'll be looking for the recent price, the initial day price action. I'll be only trading in the second half of the market. Same plan, right? If it breaks this high, this shows that it's going to go at least test this level, level. So I'll be waiting for a retest maybe, and then I'll take up a trade, right? Or I'll be waiting for this level to come, then I'll take up a bearish trade. So yeah, so the first possibility is if it comes to this level and comes here at this level somewhere, I'll be looking for a red candle and I'll take up a trade here. The second possibility is if the market still remains at this zone, goes up with a green candle, I'll be taking up a bullish trade. If it breaks this level, I'll wait for a retest and a proper red candle to take up a bearish side trade. So this is one, a bullish side is two, and here is three. So these are my three plans for Bank Nifty. So that's for Bank Nifty and Nifty. So let's move on to some intraday stocks. So just a quick thing, always if you guys are choosing intraday stocks, make sure you choose your intraday stock based on the overall market movement. So if you think that the market's going to go down, choose intraday stocks for the bearish side because it will just support your trade, rather than going against the overall market trend. It's better you choose stocks which go with the market trend. So yeah, so that's what that's the stocks which I've chose now. So Tech Mahindra on the 15 minutes time frame. Oh yeah, I forgot to give the levels for Bank Nifty just quickly. So this trend line on the 1 hour time frame for Bank Nifty. So make sure you draw that trend line, and then these levels. If the levels are not clear to you, don't worry. I'll give the levels in the description below, so you guys can just copy paste it. All right, so that's for Bank Nifty. Let's quickly go to intraday stocks. All right, so Tech Mahindra. So Tech Mahindra gave like a huge bullish run, a sideways kind of market, and now it's giving lower highs. So there's a possibility where there can be a big fall, right? Because if you guys can see before, I think there's been something like that. So there was a huge bullish run here, and after this level, there was a huge bearish move, right? So the same thing can happen now too. Um, so if this level breaks and there's a retest with a red candle, this could be a first target, and this level could be a second target. Also, if you guys are not comfortable with the zones, make sure you open the pivot points indicator and trade based on that. So if you guys are like, where do I see the retest? Make sure there should be like a pivot point level, and then you can take the trade somewhere there on the retest, because this is a kind of a big zone. So maybe open up pivot points and then you can take up a trade exactly. This is a pivot points indicator. Yeah, and make sure it's in the pivot time frame is daily and the type is Fibonacci. All right, so yeah. Also keep targets not only with my levels, but based on the pivot points indicator too, maybe like one pivot or two pivots, according to your risk appetite. But yeah, use the pivot points indicator. That's what I wanted to say. Uh, Overall, market direction should be based on our levels, but when you're trading in the lower time frames, the pivot point indicator is helpful. So yeah, when it breaks, it gives me a retest and a red candle. Then I'll be taking up a trade. The first target would be this. Second target would be this. You guys can copy the levels. And this trend line in the 15-minute time frame, I wouldn't be going bullish for this stock. Axis Bank. So Axis Bank, if you guys see like a higher time frame, an important level has been broken, and this looks like a retest. So already the retest has been made. So maybe look for like a red candle near the pivot somewhere here, and then this could be a first target, second target, and third target. And this fall could come pretty quickly because a retest has already happened. So look out for the stock. So you guys can copy the levels really quick. This trend line, obviously on the 15-minute time frame. Here. All right. And am I bullish on the stock? If it breaks this trend line, it's an interesting bullish stock. But since the overall market is bearish, I wouldn't be comfortable to trade for a bullish zone. But people who want to take this for a bullish stock, this could be a level too. All right. So that was for Axis Bank. ICICI. So same thing. This level has been broken and now it's kind of consolidating. So this I take for both because it's very small targets. So you guys can quickly take up the trade. But yeah, if it goes to the bearish zone, I'll be more comfortable. So this trend lines in the 15-minute time frame. If it breaks this level, probably add your first quantity here, wait for a retest, add your second quantity here, and this could be a first target, this could be a second target. Same move for the downside. If it breaks here, add up your first quantities, wait for a retest. Retests don't always happen. You guys might be lucky if it happens, but if people who are willing to take the risk can add their entire set of quantities here, But people who are not can wait for a retest, wait for a red candle, and this could be our first level, this could be a second level. So you guys can copy the levels really quick, this line. All right, Tata Motors. So this is a very good bearish stock. I'll tell you why. Because if you guys see here, Tata Motors has been consolidating in this zone, broke this level, right? Gave me a pullback and again a red candle. So it is so it's like a perfect stock for a bearish trade. If Tata Motors opens somewhere in below this level, if you guys have a good risk to reward, maybe if it opens somewhere here, you can keep your stop loss above this level, and this could be a target. And you guys might catch almost 1%. Again, if you guys are not comfortable to catch 1%, use the pivot points indicator to find levels in between. But yeah, if it breaks this level, take up a trade. Here, keep your stop loss above this, and this could be a target. So you guys can copy the levels really quick. All right, so that was for intraday stocks. Let's move on to some swing trading stocks. So Sun Pharma, I gave this for a bullish stock the other day in the previous market analysis videos, but I had mentioned that if it only gives a green candle, you take up the trade, and it didn't. In fact, it broke this important zone, and now you can take this for a bearish stock. There's a breakdown. In fact, there's a retest. So if there's another red candle, it's a perfect stock for a bearish move. This could be a first target. This could be a second target. So you guys can copy the levels. Hindalco. So again, there's a huge breakout. Wait for a retest in this stock, because no move just keeps going like that. Wait for a retest. If it comes in this level and gives you a red candle again, based on the risk to reward, you guys can take up a trade here. This could be a first level and this could be a second level. If there's like a, for example, what I mean by risk to reward is if there's like a huge candle, something like this, your stop loss would be at least in this level, right? And your target is here. And it's not the, if you guys see here, the risk to reward is not even 1:1. So this is a bad trade. So maybe like wait for like a small candle here, so that you guys can just keep the stop loss above. So if you can get into here, you can keep the stop loss above here, and this is almost a 1:1 trade, and this is a 1:2 trade. So this is a good trade. So yeah, based on that, take the trade, but wait for a retest overall. JSW Steel, again, the same concept. It broke out from this region, wait for a retest. If it gives a red candle, keep the stop loss above this level. This could be a first target, this could be a second target. So these are the levels in this line. For Hindalco, these are the levels. All right, guys. So, all right, guys, that's the market analysis video for Monday. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, please like, share, and subscribe. Have a safe trading session next week. Other than that, I'll see you guys in another video. Thanks for watching.